when I say play for failure, what happens in life, what I've noticed is that, we're good at certain things, and then we define or encumber ourselves saying, this is what I'm good at, right? And this is where I'm in my comfort zone. This is what makes me look the best. And what happens in the bargain is that 99% of what's around you ignore. I'm not even talking about blind spots, but I'm just saying, so we stay within our comfort zone because that's where we look best. We don't like, as humans, the way we're wired as human beings, we don't like looking foolish. We don't like vulnerabilities. But the actual magic for me has always started when you get out of your comfort zone, when you start saying that I'm ready to fail, I'm ready to look foolish, I'm ready to push the boundaries, I'm ready to get into uncharted territory, and that's where the magic starts. So when I say play for failure, and I've said this earlier, there was a phase in my life where I actually used to measure failure on my phone. So in my notes, 7, 8, 10 years, 12 years back, I used to actually record that in this week, how many times have I failed and at what? Every day, how many times have I failed? And the balance there is that am I trying new things, or am I still sitting in a comfort zone? And this is what I talk to my teams all about. It's okay to fail. We will, I would love to provide psychological safety so that you can come out, try out new things, because the world is moving so quickly. So if we remain in our confines of this is the way we've learned and this is the way we're going to do it, I don't think we're going to create magic or create history. So that's where the play for failure, consciously go play for failure, consciously go look foolish. And that's when you start seeing the magic in your life happen. So that's the amplification of the playing for failure. On the winning and my statement earlier that I like to win, here are a couple of things, and being as transparent as I am, I'm extremely balanced in life, right? So I like my game of golf, I love my partying, I love my traveling, I love spending time with my daughters, with my family. I could go on with, the number of hours I read, the number of hours I watch my Netflix, etc., etc. And yet I love winning. And I think the way, like I said, whether it was school, whether it was the army, I think it's a misnomer that we have where we say, I work 18 hours a day and hence I'm winning. You don't need to work 18 hours a day. I always tell my teams, you need to be balanced, you need to love life, you need to enjoy your life. But when you're working for 8 hours or 6 hours or 4 hours, irrespective of where in the world you are, you need to be focused on what you're working. So point number one, I think it's the focus on whatever you're doing that has worked for me and helped me win. Number two, and I say this very often, who do you measure yourself against? And that can change the entire perspective, right? And put this into context for anything. Today we may be the fastest growing market for SAP worldwide, quarter after quarter after quarter. We could feel damn good. But the moment I measure myself against what's the opportunity, what's my market share, what's the upside or headroom I have to grow, it changes the perspective. Right? Imagine you have a child, for those of you who have children, and the child is first in class, first in a section. You change the metric and you say, okay, there are 4 sections or 5 sections in that grade. How do you fare against the 5 sections, right? And you'll find that that child that's first in section A is suddenly third in the 3 sections. Pick up that kid and put that child into a school for gifted children. And you may just find that automatically you go down to the 18th or the 20th position. So my second piece when it comes to winning is, at any given stage, and again I talk to my teams and everyone, who do you measure yourself against, right? That could change the perspective, and that keeps building a new headroom. So there's no point measuring yourself against the past, what happened 1 year back and 2 years back, which is the way we live life, which is the way we live corporate numbers, right? But if you can start measuring yourself against the opportunity, you could grow exponential. So I've always believed in exponential change, exponential growth, rather than me to incremental 20%. And I think that's something that's worked over the years.